We're going to straddle the knife's edge here without, we're just going to straddle the knife's edge. Yeah. Don't want to get too negative, but I want to get my point out about compassion. I know in my other video I said the YouTube's too full of people talking about doom and gloom and the world sucks and quiet quitting and all this other shit. And this is kind of like that, but not completely. That's why we're on the knife's edge here. And it's to do with work. Work. Yes, work. A lot of people ask me what's motivating your desire to retire. Like, why are you retiring? Because it is a good place to work, and everything good in my life has happened because of where I work, and everything I have is because of work, obviously. And I've got a good pension. Yeah, but the question remains, why? Why are you retiring? And what's changed in our building to sort of nudge me into wanting to retire? And I think I can speak for a lot of hourly employees and probably some area supervisors, but I'm reaching 30 years with the company. I'm going to be 58 in July. So I have the financial means to retire. And one of the extrinsic, one of the other forces having me want to retire is I have no passion anymore for my job. No passion at all. And when I tell people who are willing to listen that, yes, I've lost passion, and they go, that's exactly it. And I'm talking about all the long-term employees, 20 years and longer, you know, they're all going, that's it. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put a word to the way I'm feeling about the business anymore. And you've nailed it. I have no passion for what I do anymore. I come in and I punch the clock, I do my job, and I go home. Sorry, I must be getting a cold. And I just go home. I don't rise above. I don't do more than I'm supposed to. And yeah, I just have no passion for what I'm doing. So that's it. And I go, exactly. And I said, I used to have passion for the job. I just didn't work in accordance to what I get paid. There's a side story there, but I'm not getting into it. I used to come in and go beyond what's expected of me all the time without hesitation. And I still do on occasion. Like, I'll work 6 days in a row to help the company out. Not a problem. I'll still do that. So, I mean, I'm not passionate. It's more of I'm just helping out the people that need it, and I'm making money while doing it. So that's it. I'm not passionate about that. So I think this started about 5 years ago, just before COVID and after. And I just think that the direction of the company is shifted. I think standards, well, not, I don't think, I know standards of, I'm sorry, everybody, I just don't, coffee throat, I don't know. But standards have dropped. They're falling off. Things that happen today would never have happened 10 years ago. Absolutely not. Codes of conduct that happen today would not have happened 10 years ago. Not a chance. There are people that deserve disciplinary action. They don't get it. There are managers that shouldn't be managers. There's a lot of over promotion going on, and it's being reflected in the morale, especially in the mornings when I work in the mornings. That's definitely impacting morale because you have a lot of managers that shouldn't be managers. They're not leaders. They're flying by the seat of their pants every morning. They're just guesswork, and they're just there to collect a paycheck. And it's very obvious to long-term hourly employees. And so that's another thing, that's no standards. And when you have the majority of the hourly workforce holding themselves to a higher standard than managers in the building, that's a big problem. And that definitely happens. And if it wasn't for the higher standards of the hourly employees, those buildings would never open on time. Our building would never open on time. But we do have people that hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we do our job professionally, irregardless of the brutality of the management that's in place. And yeah, that's gonna rub people the wrong way, but it's a fact. And we run without proper leadership. And like I said, as older employees, we just don't care anymore. There's no passion for the job. And it's a result of the shift in the mentality of the managers and over promoting people that shouldn't be in management jobs. It's just the way it is. And, you know, not much else you can say about that. And back to standards, like there are standards that are unbelievable these days. And they just, it wouldn't have, you couldn't have gotten away with what we do now 10 years ago. There would be repercussions. There'd be repercussions. There would be discussions. There would be write-ups. There'd be counseling notices, all that. But these days, nothing. It's absolutely nothing. We open, and sometimes when we open, the store just looks like shit. Looks like garbage. And I'm not getting into specifics because this is a generic overview of where I'm working. So nothing specific, no people specific, but that's the topic, is where I work. And I just have no passion for my job. I just punch the clock and think this one more shift out of the way before retirement. And that's it. And it's really sad. And like I said, I'm straddling a knife blade here because I don't want to get into specifics and get myself in trouble, because I've done that many times before. But yeah, a lot of the management are not held accountable by higher management, and they're allowed to just lie and talk out the side of their mouth and just make up bullshit stories and just continue to drive morale in their respective departments down as low as they can go, because they're not held accountable. They're not leaders, and they're just unsuitable for management. And that's what's happened over the last 5 or 6 years. It's just terrible. And morale is as low as it's ever been in that building. Nobody really likes anybody. Nobody has a lot to do with anybody other than their specific little jobs. And that's it. There's bickering, there's backstabbing, there's bitching and moaning. I mean, all the symptoms of bad or non-existent leadership. And that's what we're living with day to day there. And the root cause is, you know, lack of leadership all the way from the top down to the bottom. And it's causing people to have no passion in their job. And they just punch the clock, do their job, and leave, and that's it. So, okay, once again, I'm starting to repeat myself. But I think you get the point. Yes, I have no passion for my job anymore, and I want to quit because that's not my character. I like believing that I'm doing good, and I like to know that I'm doing a good job, and I like to care about the job I do. And I'm not there anymore. I just don't care. And there you go. So instead of ride that wave of misery for another 5 years, I'm leaving this summer coming up, 2026, for my birthday. Yes, because I have no passion for my job. And it's as simple as that. Okay, I think that's a wrap on this one. Fuck.